JLD here, and welcome to MSTR today. In this show, we talk about the 2017 Bitcoin rally repeating right now. We'll see. Michael Saylor at the White House. The White House also stating that America will be the Bitcoin superpower of the world. Bitcoin was in this super tight channel around 86,000 for a very long stretch, and it definitely broke out to the downside. So we'll discuss that. I have two epic Michael Saylor video clips. One of them is rule number 18 of Bitcoin. I got a pretty special song for you at the end here. And remember, this is not financial advice. Please do comment below, though. I love your comments. Where are you watching from? What are you thinking right now? Keep those comments going. Great conversations are happening there. And let's dive on in. Michael Saylor, when you get invited to discuss digital assets at the White House, make sure you wear an orange tie. Purple, blue, yellow, blue, red, 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 blue, red. Michael Saylor, orange tie. Let's go. Chris says, how it started? Look at Michael Saylor. What a head of hair. And then how it's going. One thing that's pretty consistent throughout the years, look at that grin, ear to ear. So Bitcoin Therapist wants us to know that history rhymes. And this is from American HODL. A lot of you weren't here for it, but this is exactly what the beginning of 2017 felt like. Bitcoin will try and shake you out. Crypto will try and shake you out. And so many people look back and they have stories upon stories about, oh man, after the third or fourth time, Bitcoin just took a dump and it was 30% down, 40% down. I just walked away. I just walked away. And then it exploded. Well, it's not going to happen to me. I am hanging on for dear life because I believe in this thesis long term, period. Ben Workman says, that is a big statement. And this is from the White House. America will be the Bitcoin superpower of the world. The golden age of America has begun. And then this is a graphic of the establishment of the Strategic Bitcoin Reserve in United States digital asset stockpile. How the heck can you be any other country, any other sovereign nation and say, we need to talk about this now? Because, I mean, America's already winning on a lot of levels. Other countries, I hope you are taking notes and starting your own process as well here, because this is game theory in action. Let's move along to this post from the Bitcoin Archive. Federally regulated U.S. banks can now custody Bitcoin without requiring prior approval. Office of the Comptroller of the Currency, OOC. So now all these banks, these absolute powerhouses, what are they going to do? They're going to start custodying Bitcoin. This is exactly what Michael Saylor said was the final domino that needed to fall to really bring this mainstream. That domino has fallen. Now we just wait. We just wait. And these next two posts are just showing the channel that had somehow occurred between 86 and maybe like, what is this, like maybe 86.7 or whatever it was. Like it was just hanging out here, a lot of liquidation here, a lot of liquidation there. If it starts tapping up, it was going to explode here. Instead, it started tapping down and it kind of dumped down here, which we'll get to in a second. But Jeff wants us to know that people keep dropping game theory of nation states, but ultimately what you don't understand is that an executive order strategic reserve is more like a put than it is a call. Either way, the stage is setting up for some fireworks. And again, either way up or either way down, fireworks are coming. And I'm mentally preparing for another big drawdown. And if that happens, MSTR smash buy. You better believe it. The MicroStrategist has a similar chart, and he says the Bitcoin liquidation heat map is insanely tight right now. People who see what happened to the U.S. Strategic Bitcoin Reserve are betting it will go up. People watching the broader market, example, the S&P 500, seem to be betting it will go down. One thing is for sure, it doesn't stay like this for long. The next move might be violent. And then here's that channel, and then we're about to see the violent move. The violent move down. Let me hit the refresh button in real time. This is about 6:12 a.m. Eastern time. Let's see if it started to recover from this initial dump at all. And just a little bit, a little bounce. So we'll see what happens going forward. And now we're moving on to the two video clips for the day. One of them is from Michael Saylor. It's just a 7-second video clip. I love it. It's hysterical. He makes a comment about his yellow tie. You have to kind of listen in close, but it's a classic. And then the next one is, of course, rule number 18 of Bitcoin.
Sorry, I'm wearing my orange tie.
And just to be clear, he didn't say sorry like the captions read. He said, glad I'm wearing my orange tie. Michael Saylor, let's go on to rule number 18. Take it away.
You know, we used to joke about laser eyes. Rule 18, laser eyes protect you from endless lies. People thought, oh, this is just a meme. Laser eyes, laser ray to 100K. It's not a meme. This is going to save you. When you know, who do I feel sorry for? It's like I feel sorry for people that put on the laser eyes, watch Bitcoin go up $20,000, and then take the laser eyes off and declare victory. Right? Don't take the laser eyes off. The laser eyes tell you a message, which is they signify the fact that you should avoid dilutive distractions. Right? When Bitcoin goes from 10,000 to 100,000 and you declare victory, so you launch 16 crappy businesses and 14 stupid industries because you're a genius, right? You took the laser eyes off. Pride cometh before a fall. And what Bitcoin is going from 1 trillion to 10 trillion to 100 trillion to 500 trillion. And at that point, it'll be growing better than everything else. And there's someone that wants to take laser eyes and focus on this thing as long as the joke is good. And then they're going to drift off to launch 82 other things. Well, let me tell you, there's 2.8 million mobile apps created for the iPhone, and you probably can't name a dozen that worked. There's 1.8 million extensions in Chrome, and you probably don't use 2 of them. Right? There's a 99.9% mortality rate on new business ideas, but you're sure yours is going to work? Right? Laser eyes are about humility, but everybody is going to BS you. They're all going to tell you that they've got this great idea that's better than Bitcoin, the next Bitcoin. Bitcoin had its run, and then you're going to lose your focus. You're going to get distracted, maybe because you made a lot of money by buying Bitcoin at 100 and selling it at 5,000 because you were a genius and you got out at 5,000 and then you launched 16 other crappy, stupid businesses where you're just like everybody else. And then you'll be like, oh yeah, the mayor banned my business. Oh, the government taxed my business. Oops, it turns out that Microsoft wants to enter this business. Oops, I didn't realize that, that employee would steal whatever, the money from this business. Oops, the bank failed. And then you will rediscover everything that Satoshi knew when Satoshi invented Bitcoin. Laser eyes are here to protect you, right? Embrace them, right? Don't belittle them.
And there you have it, another episode of MSTR today. I truly hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please comment below, throw a like my way. I would really appreciate that. The comments, the likes, they really do mean a lot. And I want to go ahead and jump into my dollar cost average portfolio for 2025. Last week I was down like 21, 22%. As you can see here, I'm now down a little over 10.4%. So I still am down $977 since I started dollar cost averaging, $210 every trading day of 2025. Here are my last week's purchases. I bought at 268, 245. That was a good one. 285, 302, and 307. So one of those is actually up 17%. And a bunch from last week, as you can see, are up between 18 and 15% or 11%, like this range here, which is nice. Listen, going to win some, you're going to lose some when you DCA in like I'm doing. I obviously hold an original bag from this summer, and then I'm DCAing every single day of 2025 to see how that plays out. So looking forward to seeing how that works out. Again, comment below, throw me a like. I would appreciate that. And remember that you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And I'm honored to be one of those 5 people, at least for this 10 to 15 minute time block of your day. And I've actually adopted a new word. You'll be hearing me say this, I think, a lot going forward in 2025. This word just defines how I feel about Bitcoin and MSTR in the long term, not in the short term, but in the long term, because I just truly believe in the thesis of Bitcoin and the thesis of MSTR. And that word for me is inevitable. This is inevitable. This is not financial advice. This is my opinion, but I believe that Bitcoin crushing it, MSTR crushing it times two is inevitable. I've chosen to believe it. And that is also based on hundreds and hundreds of hours of study, of learning, of thought. Inevitable. That's my word. And like Michael Saylor loves to say, there is no second best.
What's the second best? There is no second best.